Problem number 7. 3y equals negative 15. You know, and almost in saying that, you know, this first part, translate Mathless to English, I'm almost kind of already answering this part of it when I say 3y equals negative 15. So again, all we're doing here is we're just translating the 3. And then remember what we're saying here for the variable is y. It represents some unknown number, some unknown quantity. So what we want to say here is, well, I don't know, what number? What number does y represent? That's what we're trying to figure out. So we would say 3. Oh, and then what's going on there? 3 plus, 3 minus, 3 times. Well, multiplication is the only time that you're not going to see a symbol. What I mean by that is that if they wanted you to add 3 and y, they'd say that, 3 plus y. Or if they wanted you to subtract, they'd say 3 minus y. Or if they wanted you to divide, maybe they say that. Or maybe it's written this way. But multiplication is the one operation where you just see the two things next to each other. And so it's implied that that's multiplication. Now, if you're one of those that tends to forget that, maybe put in a little dot there to remind yourself that that means multiplication. So we know that that means 3 times what number, our mystery number we're looking for, equals negative 15. So equals negative 15. All right. Well, what number? See, what number times 3 would equal negative 15? Well, let's start by writing the question here. So let's say 3y equals negative 15. So I'm thinking about, if I counted by 3's, how many times would it take me to get to 15? So let me count. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Now what you can't see me doing here is you can't see me counting on my fingers, where I'm counting off 3, 6, 9, 12, and 15. Now it's not that I need to count on my fingers, but I'm giving you a strategy. If you're still struggling with your times tables, as we discussed earlier, as long as you can skip count, then you're good. So so it takes 5 times to get there. And then I think, oh, okay, well maybe it's 3 times 5. And maybe 5's the answer. Well, 3 times 5 is 15, which isn't the same thing as negative 15. So again, this is by plugging it in, it's a way for me to check my answer. Well, 15 and negative 15 don't match. So what this must be then, let's switch it around. Maybe this is a negative 5. And then so if I said 3 times negative 5, that indeed would be negative 15. So negative 15 equals negative 15. That checks out. So then what we could say is we could say y is equal to negative 5. All right, so go ahead and pause now. And make sure, again, for 7.2 and 7.3, make sure you get really kind of all 3 components. We're writing it out, right? We want to translate from Mathless to English. The second thing is we're writing the equation. We're mentally trying to come up with the answer, and then we're plugging that number in, whatever we think the number is. We're plugging that in to check, to verify that that is the correct answer. All right, so go ahead and pause now and try 7.2 and 7.3. All right, so let's check those answers. For 7.2, should have had an answer of y equals negative 6. And for 7.3, should have had an answer of y equals negative 7. And again, we want to make sure that you have all that worked out. You translated it, you plugged it in, and you proved that your answer is what it is. All right, so that finishes up number 7.